Hi guys, I hope you had a lovely weekend and enjoying the sunshine as much as possible. I know I've been trying to as much as I can. So for today's vlog video review, I'm going to be reviewing some products from Yve Saint Laurent. So the reason that I've chosen that brand in particular is because I think with Yve Saint Laurent in particular over the last few months and the last year, they've really sort of come out of themselves really. They've started to really elevate a lot of the products and started to really sort of more look closer on the younger generation as well, on what you more or less are looking for as well. And I think with Cara being the main face of the brand as well, has really sort of pervaded that forward as well. So what I'm going to be doing is showing you some new products that they have launched over the last few months and more coming down to recently with their new couture palettes. And also I'm going to be showing you a new product that's not going to be released yet, but will be released in July. So somebody very kindly offered me to borrow it for this video for you, so you're going to get first glimpse at it as well, so I can't wait to show you. It's going to be so exciting. So here we are, so I'm going to show you the products and here we go. Alright then, so the first product I'm going to be showing you as well, a lot of people have been going mad, completely mad for CC creams. So we've had BB creams and CC creams. So a lot of people that don't know what CC creams are, so CC means and stands for colour correction. So what it does, it helps to counteract any sort of colours that may be uneven skin tone, and they can sometimes help with pigmentation in particular also. So the first product I'm going to be showing you is the Yve Saint Laurent Forever Light Creator CC Cream, which is this one here. And now I've been using it for about a couple of months now and I absolutely love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it has, well, it comes in 3 shades as well. So I've got the rose one. Now with the rose, they've recommended that this is to be used more or less for much paler skin tones, which is what I am. And also what the rose does, it helps to brighten up your complexion as well. So it doesn't make it quite dull, so it really brightens it up and makes it a little bit more fresher as well. And they've got one in colour violet. So violet is used to counteract any sort of yellowiness or sallowness in the skin, which is commonly sort of known within sort of like Asian skin in particular, or olive skin as well. So that is really good to use also. And then they've got one in the colour apricot. So the apricot one is really good for much warmer skin tones as well. So you're a little bit more warm, or a little bit more peachier as well, or a little bit more olive. That's really good as well. And it also, with the olive one, it helps to, not the olive, excuse me, apricot, get the colours right. The apricot one helps to counteract any pigmentation or any uneven skin tone on the face as well. And I've used them all. I've had a little try on all of them as well, and they are absolutely brilliant as well. So with the CC cream with these, you can use it on its own to create as a base. So it's really good if you're someone that is in a rush in the mornings as well, especially if you're working all the time, or especially if you're a busy mum where you want something when you're going to take your kids to school or coming to collect them. You want something that gives a nice complexion but not looking too like you're putting a lot of makeup on really as well, and it just gives a nice lovely natural feel also. And what I like about this as well, that it has an SPF factor of 35 in this as well, which I think is really good. So especially within the summer months coming, it's really good to make sure you've got some protection in your skin, which I think is really important. So with this in particular, you can use their Forever Serum, so you can use the Youth Liberator or you can use the Light Creator first, then apply this on, and then you could leave this on its own, or you can apply it underneath your foundation as well, which is what I like. So that way you can use less of the foundation and more of this, so that way it's more nice and conditioning for your skin. It doesn't feel too heavy or cloggy, which I think is brilliant. So I use this in the mornings, and then what I do is I use the Yve Saint Laurent Tint Touche Eclate foundation, which you can tell is nearly down to just nearly past halfway. I think that's probably a third. My maths is absolutely terrible, but there you go. At least I'm good at doing makeup. That's one plus thing. But with this one in particular, I absolutely love this foundation as well. So it's really nice and light on the skin. So it gives a light to a medium coverage, but it is buildable as well. So, and it gives a nice dewiness on the skin, which is what I like. So I think with a lot of fashion at the moment, dewy and sort of really sort of glossy skin is very much in, so it gives the appearance of really healthy glowing skin as well, and it makes it more youthful, which I find as well. So especially with mattes, they're fine, which I mean, I still love mattes as well, which is brilliant, but I do love this though because it gives a nice natural feel as well, and I've used this a lot on photo shoots, a lot, so, and it is brilliant, really, really good to use on a photo shoot as well. So with those two combined, they're brilliant, but I do love the CC cream. I do think it's absolutely brilliant. That's priced at £30, which I know a lot of you might think, oh God, this is probably a bit expensive, but for me personally, I think it's worth the money. And also this size tube, you only need to use like a pea size amount, so it's very highly concentrated. And that tube will probably last you about, it depends how much you use of it, probably about 4 to 6 months in between. So I don't want to say a definite month, just in case. But I think probably around about that time, that should last you really, really well. So that is the CC cream. I love it, so I would say get it. Now, I know a lot of you are big fans of the Touche Eclate pen. I am pretty much. The number one is still the ultimate concealer and highlighter pen. And I have got the limited edition Wild animal leopard print one here, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. I know when it was released, somebody had told me that they'd sold out pretty quickly with the design. I think it's hit and miss really with this one, because some people do like leopard print and some people don't. So, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I think with the limited edition ones as well, I think it's nice to quite keep them as well. So I've got another limited edition one in my drawer that I'm keeping, and then as soon as I've used this, which you can see I've not used yet, so I'm a bit reluctant to use it yet because I do love it, and I always worry thinking, oh God, I've not got any more of this and I'm not going to be able to show it off anymore. But once I finish with my old one, I will probably go on to this one eventually. And yeah, so I just want to collect them really, because I think it's quite nice really, because I think as a makeup artist, or if you're a makeup enthusiast in particular, I think it's quite nice to keep hold of them, and then you can show your children or your grandchildren, or if you're lucky, your great-grandchildren, which I think is great. So you can say, oh, Grandma used to use this and it's still number one now, even in so many years' time. So I think it's brilliant. I love it. I love it to use as a getting rid of any dark shadows underneath the eyes. And it's also brilliant as a highlighter as well. I've only just started using this in particular on photo shoots, where I've been like using sort of like shimmery highlighters or concealers that have a little bit of the ampy lights like this does. But I've noticed with this in particular on photo shoots, it's really, really good. And I don't know why I've not ever used this before on a photo shoot in particular, but it's just come up really naturally as well, and it doesn't look like it's been the makeup's been overdone. It just looks really natural in the light as well. So if you can, I know from somebody that they are going to launch some more of these as well in stock, and also they're going to launch some more at Christmas time as well. So don't worry, you will get your limited edition leopard wild touche, I should say, soon. So definitely try and get the leopard print one, but the ordinary one, it just works exactly the same, just different design, but it's absolutely beautiful, so I'd say get it. Yeah. And another thing that Yve Saint Laurent had launched last month as well, which I think is a really good idea as well, and it's really sort of a nice multifunctional kind of product as well. This one is the Babydoll Kiss and Blush. So I know a lot of people have said when they've seen this, and I did think this as well, that it does look like a nail varnish in particular, because I know when somebody had picked it out for me, it was like, oh, well, you're going to put on my face, it's a nail varnish, but it's actually this product here, which is the Kiss and Blush. So as you can see, once I pull it out, there's no sort of brush with this one. It's a sponge applicator with this one. So with the sponge applicator, and it's got a nice pointy end there, so it gives perfect precision for your lips as well. And then also what I like is that it's a blush as well, so you can use it as a blush 2-in-1 also. So I'm just going to apply some on ready for you so you can see. So it goes on really nicely. And what I like about it as well is that it's more of a matte kind of texture. So a lot of lipsticks, especially with these Saint Laurent ones, are a little bit more shinier and a little bit more moisturised as well, which is good. But if you want something that's a little bit more matte, this one is perfect. So you can see, I'm just applying this on. And this colour is in the number 3, which is a nice, lovely, strong pink one as well, which I think is really nice actually. I wasn't sure, to be honest with you, because I usually tend to go for a little bit more lighter colours or brighter colours, and you don't know with a lot of pinks, but the number 3 is absolutely lovely. The number 1 shade, which is the bright fluorescent pink, that is absolutely lovely as well. And I do like number 5, which is a cross between coral and a red, and that is beautiful. But all the colours are lovely. They range from pinks to nudes to the oranges and corals, and also the reds as well, a little bit more like deeper reds and browns and that. So they've really thought about the whole colour selection as well. And then what I'm going to do also, don't want to forget, because it is a kiss and blush, so obviously you've got to make yourself blush. So what they've reckoned is that if you apply it on the apples of the cheeks, it gives that natural flush. I'm not always a big fan on blushes because I suffer a little bit from rosacea. It tends to make my cheeks a little bit more brighter and red, which is what I don't really like in particular. So what I'm going to do is just apply it on the sort of sides of the cheek, just around about there, so it gives that natural flush. So I'm just going to go over. So I'm just going to apply it. Normally you can apply about 3 dots on there, but if you're not keen on too much blusher, just apply 1. But what I'm going to do is just apply it around here. There. And then what I'm going to do is just use my ring finger, or you can use the brush, and then just blend it in like so. And then make sure you blend it right into the hairline as well. And you've got enough for the cheeks also. But as you can see, it blends in perfectly, and it gives no shininess there as well, so it doesn't give that kind of sweaty look, which sometimes a lot of people don't really like in a blusher. So there we are. So you can see it gives a nice lovely flush, so it's not too over the top, and it's not too sort of bright or a little bit too sort of smeary, and it blends in perfectly, which I really, really like about this one as well. So I'm just going to do the other side also, so you can see again. So again, 1, 2, 3. So it's really nice and easy. And then just blend with your finger. And then I always say with this, always make sure you're blending upwards, especially if it's around the cheekbone as well. Because what you don't want to do is make it look like that your cheekbones are going downwards. You want more or less them to go upwards a bit. And it blends in lovely, really nice. Not normally a blusher fan, but I am really converted to this one. This is really lovely. I think that one's a little bit more than that one, but don't worry, I'll correct that over. So that's the Kiss and Blush. I absolutely love it. So if you want something that's a multifunctional product as well, so especially if you're someone that doesn't want to buy too much product or is on the go all the time, you don't want to faff around in your makeup bag, this is absolutely brilliant to use as well, and it lasts such a long time as well. So I'd say get a Kiss and Blush, it is beautiful. Okay then, so the next product I'm going to be showing you from Yve Saint Laurent, which they've just launched, I think the beginning of this month. Yeah, I think it's the beginning of this month, I think it was, I'm not sure. But anyway, they have launched the new Couture Palette eyeshadows there. So this is the container, I'll just open it up, and this is the Couture palette. So they have 10 different shades within this one, so they all range from natural nudes and neutrals into more dark and then more vibrant colours like this one, for example. So this palette was used on Cara when they did the advertising for it as well, so I don't know whether you've seen it with the actual colour coming out from the eyes, and she's got the scissors ready to cut her hair, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And with these eyeshadow palettes as well, these are really, really good, because I wasn't really a fan of Yve Saint Laurent eyeshadows, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought they didn't really sort of hold the colour really well, and they didn't quite blend as well as like some other eyeshadows that I've used off different brands as well, so I sort of stayed cleared from them. But I have to say, with using this one and a few of the other colours as well, it is really, really good. They've changed a lot with the eyeshadows as well, so they've made it more pigmented, and they've made it more concentrated and more impact, so you get longer lasting colour, and it blends like a dream. It really is absolutely beautiful as well. So what they've mentioned within these palettes as well, that they have different shades in there, and they have different kind of like a highlighter and base, and then the rest that they use for contouring as well. So that one is supposed to be the highlighter there, and this one is supposed to be the base colour here. But I say to people that you can mix and change colours around, so you don't have to sort of stick to those colours that they've recommended, but it just gives you a guide as well. So especially if you're not confident in doing eye makeup yourself, it is perfect for doing that also. And you do get a little sheet, a little leaflet sheet with each of the eyeshadows as well, so it gives you an inside guide how to create different looks as well, and then using your Touche Eclate to use to conceal and then create the base on as well for you. So I was going to apply the eyeshadow colours on, which I will do, but what I'm going to do first is show you the next product, that I'll be going on to next, because I think with the next one you'll probably see more better and more visibly without the eye makeup on personally. But then I will go on to putting these colours on as well and just showing you sort of like a few of the colours that I take out to create that sort of really vibrant, really nice colour as well, and show you how easy it is to apply and really sort of blend within those. So I will go on to this one, so I'll pop this down for a second, but I rate these, they're really, really good. Right, so the last one that I'm going to be showing you as well, so this product in particular is, it's like a makeup collection that's coming out. So what it's going to be called is the Rose Glow Collection, so, or Luminaire. So what they're doing is they're creating like a collection of the products used from Yve Saint Laurent, but using the rose kind of colour and tone within there as well. So it's all about the flushy kind of glowy rose colour. So one of the products that one of my friends has very kindly offered me to use for this video, so this is exclusive, so nobody else has got this yet or even has tried to use it yet. So this is the Touche Eclate Radiant Touch, or Rose. So it's almost exactly the same as the original Touche, but the difference is with this one that it has a rose kind of tone with this as well. So if I just take a little bit off here, so you can see it looks exactly the same as the #1 shade, but then when you blend it, I don't know whether you can see on the camera here, if I can move out the way a bit, it has a little bit kind of like a very rosy goldy shimmer in there as well. So this is really good for really illuminating the face as well and really creating that really nice lovely rose glow as well. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I've used this as well in the different parts. I'll show you how to apply it as well. So with the ordinary touche, with this one, just apply it how you normally would. So especially around the under eye area, just around here and there, about 3 or 4 lines, one on the top of the brow, because I think that's really important to highlight that. And then what I do is pop a little bit around the inner corners of the eye so it brightens up, and then blend. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of this as well. So what I tend to do is put a little bit on the back of my hand as well. So I've got a little bit there. So what they recommend you to use it, they will tell you later on how you apply it on, but I've had first glimpse, so I'm going to be showing you. So what you do is for this bit there for the eyebrow, you just apply it around here, and then what they'd ask you to do is just go along the outside just like this, and then you can use it around the bottom area of here. So just applying it around there, so it just lightens up that area. And then they also tell you to apply this around here and then going over there. So let's apply that a little bit more around here. So that's the way that they apply it, and then you can use your ring finger to really blend that in as well. So you can instantly see the rose glow is coming, but what it's doing as well, just the same as the original touche, it's actually lifting the areas that you want to lift. So again, you can use your ring finger or you can use a brush if you want to. Put it on there around and then lifting it up and then patting it around here so it blends beautifully. So there we are. So we've created a before and an after look there, so you can see, and I can see instantly, that it lifts on top of the brow bone area, which I think is absolutely amazing as well. So it gives you an instant brow lift, which is great, and it really illuminates around the bottom of the eyes as well, and it really brings out the cheekbones. So you can apply it in other places as well. So what I like to do is just apply it a little bit on top of the brow here, and then a little bit on the cupid's bow of the lip as well. Just like you do with the ordinary touche when you're highlighting. But as you can see, it really lifts and illuminates and really brightens it up beautifully. And I absolutely love this because I'm going to get this when it comes out. It is absolutely gorgeous. So with the collection, they do this one in the Touche and Rose, and then what they're going to do is launch out a blusher compact. So it's going to be exactly the same as the Couture palette, but in more kind of like the blushes. They have different blush colour kind of like pinks in there, so you can use the individual colours or you can use all of them to create like a multi-tone colour. And they're also going to use the sort of like the round powders that have just been launched in, and they're going to use a powder with a little hint of rose in there to give that lovely rosy complexion. And the other thing that they're going to do is very much similar to the Touche Eclate foundation. They're going to do one exactly the same like this one, but it's going to be more based like a primer with a little bit of rose in there as well. So once before you put your makeup on, it gives that rosy glow in there as well. So it really illuminates and really brightens your skin. So I can't really wait for that. And they're also going to launch a brush, a makeup brush as well, a powder brush. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be really beautiful, like a black handle, and most amazing, which I absolutely love, it's going to be a pink kind of like brush as well. So it's going to be a really nice hot fuchsia, hot pink brush. So the unfortunate thing is that that brush is not going to be launched until August. So the whole of that rose kind of glow collection is going to be only exclusive to Boots on the 16th of July. So that's going to be even before Debenhams, John Lewis and Selfridges and House of Fraser and Harrods in particular. They're not going to get this collection until later on, further dates. So I can't remember what date it will be. I think it's probably to the end of July, beginning of August. So if you are interested in this collection in particular, Boots are launching it on the 16th of July. So I absolutely love this. I think this is going to be a new competition for this one, or a new kind of like new little Bessie friend with this one there. So I absolutely love this. Absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is just complete the other side ready. There we are. So that is the secret to a rose glow, and I absolutely love this. I can't wait till I can get a hold of this because it's going to be mine. Alright then, so last of all, I'm going to show you the Couture palette on the eyes. So what I like about this one in particular, I forgot to mention this before, that it comes with the applicators in this as well. So with this one, you get a sponge applicator, which is this. So this one here is the fatter kind of side, and this one is more like the thinner side. So this is really perfect to use for like creating and putting it all over the base. And then the little sort of like tapered kind of little sponge is really good for getting in like the very finer corners, in particular like the tear ducts and a little bit around the lash line as well, if you want to create like a smoky feel, or at the bottom. And they've also got a little brush with this one, which I think is a really cool idea. So this one I tend to use even if it's just like little corners there, and it's really great to use if you want to blend the eyeshadow, especially around the outside of the eye, which is great, which I think is good, but I always prefer using my ring finger. It's just habit of nature, or nature of habit rather, other way around. But I think it's absolutely lovely. So what I'm going to do first is just take the blue shadow, which is this one, which they call as the highlight, and then just get my mirror ready. And then what I'm going to do is just apply it on the inner corners of the eyes. Just around there. And what I have done before as well, just to let you know, that I have used the touche as a base on the top ready. So what that will do is that will hold the colour in place, and it just creates a nice base over as well. So it just makes the colour a little bit more intensified and lasting. So that is that there. Okay, so that's the highlight done. So what I'm going to do is just use this colour. So I'm going to be using the greens in particular. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. And then what I'm going to do is just apply it near where the blue is. I'm just going to add a little bit of it in here. So I think these colours are really lovely, especially around the summertime as well. If you're going on holiday and you want something a little bit more tropical as well, it goes lovely. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just use the dark green one, which is this one here. So I'm just going to use the other side of the palette there. Not the palette, the sponge, excuse me. And then what I'm going to do is just apply that from around this side. So what I tend to do is I tend to turn it this way. A little bit more. So you can really see that the colour is really nice and vibrant, and it really intensifies the whole colour. So I'm just blending it within the lighter green as well, so that way it goes from light to medium, and then to dark around here. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit of the same colour around, but from the outside of the eye, because mine are quite deep set, and I've noticed as I'm getting older, unfortunately, is that that side droops down a little bit. So what I'm doing is just applying a bit of that colour on the outside, and then from here, and then you can use a little brush just to blend that over there. So again, as you can see, I'm not used to this brush actually, so I much prefer using my ring finger. So I'm just going to do that and cheat. There we are. So as you can see, it creates like a really tropical kind of smoky eye look as well, so using those colours. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of the dark blue, which is this one here. So I'm just going to use a little bit, but what I'm going to do is just apply it within the actual crease here. So what I tend to do is just dab it there, and then just blend with my ring finger, and then just going a little bit on the outside, so you can see it just creates that nice, lovely shading there. And then always blending it upwards as well, if you want to make the eyes look as big and as open as possible. So you can see the difference. Alright, so then what I'm going to do to finish off is just using the darker green here, just go along the other side. And then what I'm going to do is just glide it around the bottom of the rim. So I think it's quite nice because I think it just finishes the look off. And it just really frames the eyes as well. So you're just going along here. And if you are quite sensitive around the eye area, just make sure that you're doing a little bit at a time and just taking just extra care. There we go. So you can see it really frames the whole of the eyes as well. So it just creates that really nice, lovely frame. So everybody needs to frame their eyes, definitely. Alright, so what I've done on the eye makeup is just finished it off with a little bit of liquid liner, a little bit of nude liner at the bottom, and a little bit of mascara. So I've used the Babydoll mascara. So I've used my little sample size there, which is brilliant. So it's great to take away on holiday. And because I've been spending so much money on makeup, as you do, they're giving me a free one there, which is lovely. I love it. So it's great for your handbag. And that is it for this review vlog on the Yve Saint Laurent products. So I hope you enjoyed it as well, and it's given you some ideas on what the products are like as well. And please keep your eyes peeled on the new collection that's coming in also, the Rose Glow collection. And the Touche, I will definitely be getting that as well, so please get queued up as well. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend, enjoy the rest of the sunshine, because as the British weather goes, we don't know how long it's going to last for, which is a bit of a but hopefully it will last a little bit more longer. But any more questions on the products, please feel free to comment below and give a thumbs up if you liked it as well. And I hope to see you soon. Take care, bye!